Back again for an awesome regular visit, Lieutenant Governor of Louisiana, Mr. Billy Nungesser. Hey, Mr. Billy, welcome back to Kiel. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing this morning?
We were talking, Aaron and I were talking a couple of minutes ago, and it's something we have covered off and on for the last week or 10 days. And that's the flooding situation specifically down south Louisiana, Mississippi River, the Atchafalaya area, and the Morganza Spillway. You would know, how is that going to affect not tourism, but the seafood industry and the economy of South Louisiana? Because that's your wheelhouse.
Crawfish farmers are worried.
It's going to devastate all of our seafood. I met with about 100 fishermen the other morning, and today I will meet with Wildlife and Fishery, some of our people from CPRA, and hopefully get NOAA on the phone, which is the National Fisheries, and try to get seafood included in the national disaster. Farmers are always covered. There's farmers everywhere. There's only seafood along the coast. So it's going to hurt not only the crawfish, the oysters, the crabs in the lake, and it's going to push the shrimp offshore where they normally come in to breed. So it's going to be an effect. And because we haven't opened the spillway in so many years and for this long a period of time, we don't know how long it will affect and how bad.
So what is the process, you said, to get certain parts of the seafood industry included in the disaster regulations and stuff? What is that process? Who do you get on the phone with? Who do you call?
Well, the way I understand it thus far, and I'll know better after my meetings today, is NOAA has to recommend to Congress that it be included, and we're prepared to hire the people that analyze this that work for NOAA. There's several companies that do that surveying for NOAA, and if they're not willing to do it, then we're willing to put the data together through this period to show the losses if that's what we need to do to recognize. Also, I have the Republican lieutenant governors in New Orleans next week, and Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Alabama will be there. And it's going to affect the whole coast. Mississippi's got over 100 dead dolphins washed up on the beach there. So it's all of our fisheries, and I'm going to solicit their support to also make sure that we include the seafood industry.
Billy, it's going to drive the price up for those of us who love to consume our seafood, but it's also going to cost the state and these fishermen. Any idea how bad this is going to hit us?
Well, some of these people, like, for instance, the crawfishermen and the crabbers, that's all they do. If there's no crabs, they make no money. They still got a house note. And on the other side, we just passed legislation in Baton Rouge that says a restaurant has to tell you where your seafood's coming from because so many of the imports are not healthy. We have a right to know what we're putting in our mouth. And you're going to see more and more imports if they can't get the local seafood. So at a time when we were making progress at trying to get people to use more Louisiana, more Gulf seafood, it's kind of a double-edged sword. The restaurants will now have to tell you, but more of them will be telling you it's not Louisiana seafood.